Well, good morning, everyone. We are going to begin the service with Reverend Margaret, and it's my pleasure to welcome Reverend Margaret Flick. It was 25 years ago, Margaret, that you first spoke at our church.
Wow.
And I know and actually I wrote this last year when you came. So we could say 26 years.
Oh,
But anyway, I know.
yeah.
Yeah. But since the time that when you first began with us, I think you were called Peggy at that time, but never
Yeah,
mind.
I was. Mhm.
Since then, you became a licensed Unity teacher and then a Unity minister. And but your last church, actually wrote down the various places down that you had gone, Santa Cruz, several different places. But your last church was the Unity of Santa Rosa.
Wait.
And so Margaret is going to begin with an opening prayer for us. Okay, thank you, Margaret.
Okay. So let's just close our eyes for a moment and let's take a deep breath.
Mm.
Breath has the gift of life, this precious, precious gift of life. We open our minds and hearts to gratitude. Gratitude for the rain, gratitude for this beautiful place that we live in, gratitude for this community, gratitude for the Unity teachings, and gratitude for saying yes to our spiritual journey, to be committed, to be mindful. Some of the things we're going to be talking about today, but to know that the Christ presence is everywhere, in us, through us, as us, everywhere present. And when we come from that place, when we allow ourselves to be in that awareness, we can make a huge difference in this world just by being who we are, by being the love, by being the peace, by being compassion. To embody those qualities, those ways of being, I know that that is our true purpose. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Barbara, you're muted.
Okay, because that's what I always do, mute so that I can, I don't know, process, repeat. Anyway, I was saying thank you to Margaret for a beautiful, beautiful opening prayer. Gorgeous. Thank you. It was beautiful. And so, don't, I'm not going to mute. But anyway, thank you for all who have joined us. We suspect that Bill is having trouble back in Nebraska, as many people have with the weather and what's going on. So I am just going to go ahead and continue and begin and read for you our invocation affirmation. And just think about it as I say it, because this is who we are. There is only one presence and one power active in my life, God the good, omnipotent. And then there is only one presence and one power active in Unity Clear Lake Center, God the good, omnipotent. And finally, there is only one presence and one power active in our world, God the good, omnipotent. And then the five basic ideas of unity are the basic foundation of unity. First, God is absolute good everywhere present. Second, human beings have a spark of divine spirit within them, the Christ consciousness within, therefore, they are inherently good. And the third, human beings create their experience by the activity of their thinking. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. Number 4, prayer is the process that affirms our connection with God mind and brings forth wisdom, healing, and everything good. And finally, knowing and understanding universal laws, also called truth, are not enough. A person must also live the truth that he or she knows. And as we continue, I would like to read for you the Sunday, April 12th, Daily Word on inner peace. Secure in the presence of God, I am peaceful and I am strong. I find comfort in knowing I am never alone because God is always with me and within me. Wherever I am called to face, whatever I am called to face, I have inner resources to handle it peacefully. Peace dwells in the silence of my soul when I feel troubled. I turn within. I breathe deeply and picture a peaceful setting, a trickling stream, the wind gently rustling the leaves, or the soft flicker of candlelight. I let tranquility sink deep into my heart as I leave the quietness of prayer. I take peace with me. I am ready to face the day. As a peaceful person, I know that peace is my very nature. Harmony is my purpose and my goal. I seek serene people, places, and experiences. My soul feels at home everywhere as the peace of my heart flows outward to bless everyone it touches. And from 2 Peter 1:2, may grace and peace be yours in abundance in the knowledge of God and of Jesus our Lord. And you know, Margaret, this inner peace thing, it just leads right into your talk, Pathway to Peace. And so now I am going to mute and I look forward to hearing your talk, Margaret. And then where's my mute? Is that my mute?
Margaret, you're muted.
Actually, I have the virtual daily word, so I never know, and I'm sure there's a way to find out, but I didn't know it was about inner peace, so it's just serendipitous. I am not in charge. So today's topic is peace, the pathway to peace. And what inspired this talk was last October, I think we all remember, that a group of monks from Texas began a 2,300-mile journey that took 108 days to walk for peace. Who they are was the message. They were committed to their spiritual path, and their purpose was to demonstrate compassion, loving kindness, and inner peace. what was so remarkable to me and everyone was, I think, how much we needed to see that, how much we needed to see a different way. And they showed us. The thing that they said they found so amazing too was how many people were suffering. Because when I looked, I should just speak for me, when I watched the videos, I would watch them over and over again, and tears would come because it was such a beautiful and selfless act, but also because you could see how many people truly were suffering. They needed some guidance. They needed to know there was hope, a different way, and the monks were showing us how. Because being peaceful has an effect on people. As we know, we're energy, and our energy affects all the people around us. And you can definitely know that if you are around somebody who's in a bad mood, whether they say anything or not, you can feel it, especially for those of us who are sensitive. And so knowing that there is this need, this incredible sadness and chaos that is especially in our country right now, I think it would be a wonderful gift if we could all be peaceful so that we may make this a difference, that we may be the ones who, when we walk into a place, people can relax, they feel safe, they feel it, they feel something different. And so, what does it take to be that powerful presence of love and peace and to serve in that way? Well, I think, at least for me, I have to start with what is keeping me from my peace. What am I choosing to feel instead of that? You know, what anger, beliefs, and ways of being am I willing to give up to have that inner peace and mindfulness? So if you are willing, I would like to do a guided meditation with you. And before we start that, I would like to read this one quote from Rumi, just to kind of center us a little bit, which is, "Peace is not found in the absence of chaos, but in the stillness within." And that's hopefully where we are going to go today. So let's start with 3 deep breaths to center ourselves. To breathe in through the nose and through the mouth, and maybe even make a sound as you exhale, whatever it might be that calms you, like maybe that would help get some of the energy that you don't want out. So let's start with that. We breathe in through our nose. Hold it for a moment and exhale. Breathe in. Hold it. Exhale. One more. Hold it. Exhale. Next, we're going to just do a brief body scan so that we are present to what we are feeling. So we start by, again, just focusing on an area maybe where you might have some pain or some discomfort. And as we go along, just breathe into that area. So we just start at the bottom with our feet, just allowing ourselves to feel our feet on the floor, being grounded. Next, we feel our ankles. They're so important and we take them for granted. We're going up the body to the calves, to the kneecaps, the eyes, our abdomen, our tummy, our chest, our arms. Maybe we even put our hands down our arms to let us feel that. Our neck, our cheeks, our nose, our eyes, our temples, the top of our head, and all down the back. And we just breathe into any area where there might be discomfort. Next, we're going to use our heart keys. We're going to open our heart We're present to our body now, and let's be present to our heart. To me, the place where the intelligence and inner guidance comes from and sends messages to our brain. So we open our heart this way. We take a deep breath, even imagine that we are breathing through our hearts. And we bring to mind a person, a being, an experience, whether it's real or imagined, where our hearts are open wide. They're just blasted open with love. We are just feel this overflow of love in our hearts. We can feel it. It is a beautiful, beautiful moment. And this love is so strong that we feel it spilling out into the universe, into this circle of people right now, those of us who are together in this church, in this meeting. And we just allow ourselves to feel it and to send it and to connect with it and to know that it is divine love. To me, it's a connection with God, to the divine, whatever you call it, whatever it is for you. And when we have that, we are ready to begin our journey. Archangels Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Uriel are watching over us, protecting us as we journey deeper. And if there's anyone else you would like to bring along, a special teacher, whether it's Jesus or Buddha, please do so. But we know that divine energy is protecting us as we open our hearts and minds to this meditation. So in your mind's eye, and please close your eyes. I think that would be most helpful. Or soften your gaze.
No,
We are in a forest, and we take a
no,
path
be helpful.
that leads us down to an area we cannot yet see. We take care to walk carefully as there are rocks and areas that are also kind of slippery. As we walk down this path, it's up to you to create what this path looks like. We are going down. We are heading downward, inward. We notice that the forest gives way to rocky walls, and we see a cave ahead. There's a soft light from a hole in the ceiling illuminating the cave. There are cushions on the floor, and we sit down. We breathe deeply and allow ourselves to feel and in our mind's eye even smell the rain and feel the coolness and feel the peace of the darkness that is in other areas of the cave. There is nothing to be afraid of. A beautiful being of light appears, and in our minds we hear them asking the question, what keeps you from your peace, your truth? What belief, way of being, addiction, not just substances, but also addicted to being right, to being a victim, to not wanting any new information. It could be anger, resentment, entitlement, unforgiveness, or feeling unworthy. Just pick one, the one that comes to you first, and trust that is the one that you were guided to work with right now. So sit with this question for a few moments. Knowing you are safe and protected, you let go of judgment. This isn't about beating yourself up. It's about being mindful, being aware, and looking at this obstacle with detachment. So take a few moments to identify this obstacle that keeps you from your peace. And when you have your obstacle in your mind's eye, give it a shape, a color, a weight. And if you can feel it in a specific part of your body, be mindful of that as well. And when you have it, stand up, and we are going to be leaving the cave with this formed obstacle that you will carry with you. So take a deep breath as we walk along. Continue deep breathing and keeping your heart key open, allowing yourself to feel love for yourself. This obstacle was there for a reason. It was a protection at some time. And you ask yourself, do I still need it? And how does it feel to carry this obstacle, this shape, this weight, this form? How does it feel to carry this through life? Is it more important than my peace? Is it more important than walking in my truth as a being of light, of love? Can I forgive myself for carrying this weight? And then the big question, am I willing to let it go? Am I willing to let it be healed and to let it go? To not carry this weight anymore? And if your answer is no, it's okay. You will be able to release it when you are ready. No judgment. This is just about being mindful and aware. And so when you have made your decision, we continue walking until we come to a bridge. And once we cross this bridge, we are going to be entering a new field, a new way of being, especially if we're willing to let go. If you are willing to let this obstacle go, you hold it, you bless it, you thank it, and you drop it off the bridge into the water below. This rushing, beautiful water, this cleansing, spiritual water that will take it and transform it. And you are now free of this obstacle. And if you have continued to hold it, to just know that you will be divinely guided when you are ready, and you will be able to release it then. So we take a deep breath. We continue through the forest and imagine what you have created. We know our thoughts create our reality. What are you creating right now? Either in this beautiful forest that we're walking through uphill or in your life. And breathe into it. As we continue to climb higher and higher, we finally reach this opening, this beautiful archway. And ahead of us, it is filled with this beautiful light. As we cross through this arch, as we enter this new area, it is a field that is filled with beautiful flowers and sunlight and sky. And maybe it has a waterfall and beautiful trees. It is amazing. Because this is the field that Rumi was talking about. Beyond right doing and wrong doing, there is a field, and I will meet you there. And I imagine this field to be a field of divine connection, where we experience divine love, divine connection, compassion, loving kindness, We let it all go. We see each other beyond human appearances and doings. We are being who we are truly meant to be. Again, truth and love and light. And so we bask in this for a few moments and allowing ourselves to feel that inner peace, the peace that passes all understanding. And we take another deep breath and we give gratitude for all that we have experienced, for each other, for this community, for these teachings, and for all the beings of light who come on our path to be with us. And we give gratitude for when we have been the light for others. And so, when you are ready, open your eyes. So,
Wait. Hello.
hi,
Oh,
I was just going to say, in closing, I just
I'm
want to
sorry.
say, may all beings be happy. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be peaceful.
Jesus, peaceful.
May all beings experience deep soul fulfillment. May there be peace between us now and forever. And as the monks advise us to do, to start each day saying, today is going to be my peaceful day. And we don't let anything mess that up. Thank you.
Okay, Bill. No, oh, Margaret. I mean, that I've listened to it once. I tried to process. I got some good notes, and I will listen to that again. But Bill, are you really here? I saw your face. So, Bill Barrows. Well, I was hoping we could get a little music from you and find out that you're okay. But anyway, so let me just go
I'm
ahead
not seeing
and,
him.
oh gosh. Oh well. Um, was it my imagination? Was I hoping praying so hard? I don't know. Oh, thank you, Margaret. Thank you. And knowing that yeah, all the good people get to hear this and that's being recorded so people can again watch it again or see it if they're have church in their own home. Okay, so now is my usual time that I say thank you to our fabulous speaker and has always been. And now to go ahead with announcements of the future things. So here we go. Um, well, next Sunday at church, so that's April 19th, we have Patricia Holler at church. But if you read that email, well, there are going to be a bunch of people there, I guess, for a cleanup day and come early. And she said, come early. They would like to start, like 8 a.m. and join in the fun of cleaning up the yard before service. Then there will be service and then stay for the potluck that we have on that third Sunday. And that's when we really get to be with our Unity family and Unity friends. And she's also announcing that beginning May 3rd, which would be the next Sunday that she's there, right after service, she's going to start a new course by Unity called Unapologetic Manifestation. And so at that point, you can sign up and anyway, and find out all about it from Patricia on May the 3rd. And so now, the next Sunday anyways, covering up the date. On the 26th of Sunday, Patricia is doing a YouTube and a spring in your step. And what she said was spring is showing itself all around. The days are warmer. The flowers are beginning to bloom. Blossoms are changing to showing the beginning of fruit. Where are you showing the expanding of spirit in your own life? Where has your blossoming begun to show the fruit of your dedication? And that will be a YouTube that everyone can connect up with. And so, Margaret, I saw you had a birthday. Oh, you have a birthday coming up on the 19th. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And then, okay, so, well, then I'd like to remind everyone that donations are greatly appreciated and that you just mail it to Unity, P.O. Box 755 in Lower Lake 95457. And now Bill would like to sing a peace song. Except Bill, he must be having obviously some problems there in Nebraska. And, but, well, that's life. So he would be singing that peace song, and then we would be unmuting and staying for a chat. At this point, Patricia would be disconnecting it because the chat is not recorded for the world to see. We like everybody to join and make comments about today's talk.